All right, somebody says coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Those are words of Henry Ford. And this morning we want to come together because the information we are about sharing is one that will empower you in taking the right decisions, making the right moves, and ensuring that by the time you take that decision, it's going to be a very, very smooth sail. What are we referring to?
Hello?
We're looking at how best to navigate through the visa policy right here in Lagos as it relates to the United States of America. So we're navigating the new U.S. visa policy, a guide for Nigerians. And joining me on the phone line this morning, I have Miss Oluwaseyi Abegunde, who is the founder of Unity Uptake LLC. Madam, nice to have you join us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Right. Okay, so about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we spoke with you, and you were far away in Texas. Are you still in the same location this morning, or have you changed base?
My location changed. I'm currently in Lagos right now.
Great. So it's nice to have you home. So let me say a cabo.
Thank you so much. Ekule.
All right. So I know that we've been touching base with the new policy as relates to visa applications, and the whole idea is to ensure that Nigerians have the right information as relates to application, as relates to them having it pretty smooth. You are an immigration consultant, and you are of Unity Uptake LLC. Talk to me about Unity. What do you guys do? Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
But I lost you for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just talking about Unity Uptake LLC. What do you guys do?
So we actually help professionals to navigate the complicated or complex terrain of the EB-1A and EB-2 NIW visas. So those visas are for people with exceptional ability and extraordinary ability. So your talent, your future does not have to, be confined to a border. So you can, cross borders and give yourself global access so that you can, impact nations with your talent.
We'll
so
talk
that's
about
basically what it's all about.
Yes, we'll talk about those visas and how unique they are, even at this time that people are a bit apprehensive. But let's just make reference to some of the new things, the updates that we're getting during the course of the week. We're hearing of some changes for the student visas, those who want to really, really study abroad. So, what is the new rule about visa durations for students in the United States? Talk to me.
Yes. So from August 28th, 2025, so like 2 days ago, the F1 visas and the J1 visas. So J1 visas are visas for exchange visitors. So you could be a student or an exchange worker as well. So if you are an exchange visitor or a student on F1 visa, you would no longer be tied to duration of status. So before August 28th, you just have your visa is tied to duration of status. So as long as you are in school, so the length of time of your school will determine the length of your stay.
Okay.
So right now they are changing it to a fixed period. So if your course is for 2 years, then you have a 2-year visa, and it's currently capped at 4 years. So if it's going to be more than 4 years, so if you're coming in for a 4-year course and it's going to be more than 4 years, you would then need to file extension with the USCIS.
So for anyone who's willing to, or perhaps going to study medicine, that could take like 6 or 7 years, that means he will have to file for extension.
Yes, because it's currently capped at 4 years.
Right. So how does this affect Nigerian students in practice? I mean, if you're going to put all of this in practice, how does it affect them?
Yeah, so it basically means you need to file for extension if your study is going to take longer, or if you are going to change programs. So like you said, you're coming in for biology. That is a pre-med course. So you finished your biology, you're going to med school, then you would then have to file for extension. Then if you are leaving the US and re-entering, it becomes a little bit more complicated as well, because your extensions will not be automatic, and you will also have to get another visa when coming in.
Right. Let's talk about the family-based kind of immigrations and the petitions that come along with it. Were there any changes that were made to it?
Yeah, so I think it was earlier this month that it was released that, marrying a US citizen does not automatically guarantee your issuance of green card. So it basically means there are stricter vetting interview rules that are going to be in place for family petitions. So Nigerian families applying for green card through relatives should expect more document checks, longer processing, tougher and fraud screening. So that is like one of the major things that happened earlier this month, August 1st, 2025. Right. So you have to be sure that you have your documentation in place. So for married people who don't do things together, they have to consider doing things together this time. You have to show more evidences that you are a couple and that this can be established with extensive documentation. So one of those things is just marrying a US citizen does not automatically guarantee your green card.
Now, could these new family visa rules, could it delay reunification for Nigerians?
Oh, definitely, because a lot of people who are actually genuinely married now will be affected if they don't intentionally work on their documentation. So it could potentially lead to longer wait times, and it could potentially actually, give, problem to genuine genuine families that do not have, good documentation practices.
Okay, let's switch a bit and talk about the new visa bond. The requirements and how it all, affects Nigerians. I need you to shed light in that regard. So what is the new visa bond requirement, and does it really affect Nigerians?
So at this time, the pilot program that has been launched has not started with Nigerians yet. I think it started with Zambia and Malawi. So the visa bond issue started on August 20. It went into effect on August 20 for Malawians and Zambians. And it's basically to pay a refundable bond of between $5,000 to $15,000 to be able to come in as a visitor. So you pay this after you get your B1, B2 visa, and it's refundable actually. So if you go back to your country just as stipulated in the visa, then you would get your money back. But if you overstay, then you would forfeit your money.
Right.
Basically.
I needed to shed light on that a bit more. So what's this visa bond about? I mean, is it for the employment-based kind of visas, or what's it for?
So this visa bond is basically for visiting visas, specifically for B1, B2 visa applicants.
Okay, so if
the tourists and the tourist and the business visitors.
Right. So ordinarily, I'm supposed to pay a visa bond, right? Is that what it means?
Yes, after getting your visa, yes.
So will Nigerians get their visa bond money back?
They'll get it back if they come back on time, if they don't overstay.
Okay, so the rule to it here is that you shouldn't overstay by the time you go to that country then.
Basically, so if you remember, there were some 36 countries that were on the list of the risk of ban, including Nigeria. So the result of the list and the result of the actions that are being taken on that is this specific pilot program. So they want to avoid people overstaying.
Right.
Excuse me.
Right.
So they want to avoid people overstaying. That's the reason why this visa bond thing was put in place. But this is being tested with Malawians and Zambians right now. Nigeria is not currently on the list of the countries on the pilot program.
Okay. Now, there's some, concepts, there's some terms that usually come with all these applications that I need you to also clarify for us. So what is continuous vetting of visa holders? What does it mean?
Okay, so what that means right now in the current administration is that as at August, the US is constantly monitoring all 55 million foreign visa holders, including Nigerians. So the criminal checks, travel history, social media activities, they are currently monitoring that. So if there is anything suspicious, even if you have a visa already, you are at a risk of not entering at the border, or anything happening, and your visa can be revoked. So that's not something that is not common right now,
right,
in this current administration. So it's important that we put ourselves in check, take it, like, stay away from criminal activities, travel within your stipulated time frame, and go back to wherever you're coming from, as you mentioned during your interview, and also avoid anti-American activities on social media.
All right. That means a whole lot of anti-American sentiments. One should avoid it totally.
Yes.
All right.
I would say.
So could a Nigerian student or a traveler, could they lose their visas under this kind of system?
Yes, that's exactly what I just said previously. So if you find yourself in, having social media posts that is deemed anti-American, and you probably have overstayed, or you have criminal records, visas can be revoked.
Mr. Begunde, these are very stringent visa rules these days that people are a bit apprehensive. Are these rules permanent, or are they just temporary?
Right.
Are they permanent?
I lost you for a bit. I didn't hear you well.
I said these are very, very stringent rules. Are they permanent or temporary?
Oh, as of right now, they are permanent, at least for the next few years, because there are executive orders that were signed to actually effect these policies, specifically the continuous vetting for fraud and every of those things, as well as the change in policy, especially the one that we talked about the last time when we were talking about the shortened validity and the single entry policy. That is actually, it has come to stay for now until something changes. So majority of these effected with an executive order. So they might be things that we would have to continue to monitor for the meantime, because we don't know if it will change anytime soon.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning on the program, we're navigating the new U.S. visa policy, a guide for Nigerians. Those of you who like to, put in your applications, we're just trying to give you one or two tips on what you need to do at this time so as to get it right. And Miss Oluwaseyi Abegunde, who is the founder of Unity Uptake LLC, is taking us to the classroom this morning. Very, very shortly, I'll allow you to join the conversation as well. Quickly, getting back to the roads, most of the areas that we're covering this wonderful Saturday morning still looking very, very cool and calm. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway is also looking good. But of course, let's let you know that approaching areas like Ilezik, Ikeja Long, a little bit flash-roaded, and so it might be a little bit slow there. Inwards National. Beyond that point, inwards Oshodi, it gets better. Victoria Island, it rained in the early hours of the morning, leaving some parts of the road flash flooded, though we still have heavy clouds with the possibility of another downpour. Mekwe Bridge, inwards Bonny Camp, I can tell you, Kofo Abayomi, Kilimanjaro, slightly flooded, but no effect on traffic at the moment. And then we have some slight delays underneath the bridge due to alternation as we drive through those corridors. Bonny Camp inwards Mekwe Bridge is partially flooded as well, having effect on traffic with a backlog stretching towards Kofo Abayomi. But it's a moving one this morning. We can also tell you that Lekki, both in and out, part of Eko Hotel and some parts of Sanusi Fafunwa and Akin Adishola are also equally flooded. So making traffic a little bit slow, coupled with traffic light alternation. But we have traffic managers on ground doing the needful within those particular corridors. All right, so before we begin to take the reactions and, of course, the calls this morning, Mr. Abegunde, talk to us. What are the different... let's start with the first one you were talking about. In all of this, it appears the EB1, right, and the EB2 still seem to have some kind of relief, so to say. Talk to me. What are the benefits of people going for this, and what kind of visas are these ones?
So these are employment-based visas that you can self-sponsor for. So you don't need an employer. You don't need a sponsor. You only need your talent. You only need your accomplishment, your profile to be able to apply for these visas. And one of the major advantages for these kind of visas is that it's a pathway to green card and pathway to citizenship. So you would get your visa, like your green card, right at the time you are entering the US. So if you are able to put in your petition, put a compelling story, narrative about your profile and what you're coming to do to the US that would benefit the nation, then you stand the chance of getting these visas and you will be able to move with your family. That is also an advantage there. So the primary applicant, either the wife or the husband, will be able to take the spouse alongside the children that are under the age of 21. So this is the advantage of these kind of visas.
Are you saying these kind of visas are not really affected with the new rules?
They are not, because I would not say completely off the radar, but this is an immigrant visa. Majority of the rules affecting the B1, B2, J1 visas are for non-immigrant visas. So even the shortened stay and single entry policy would not affect this, because this is an immigrant visa.
Right.
So majority of those visas affected are non-immigrant visas.
So those who are listening to us this morning, Oluwaseyi, who are those that can qualify for this kind of visas?
So if you're an innovator, an entrepreneur, a professional who had accomplished some things, in the field of science, business, arts, athletics. So if you have any extraordinary ability or exceptional ability in any field, you can put something together. So far, you are able to prove that your work, your area of expertise or your area of extraordinary ability will be beneficial for the United States of America.
All right. And I understand you are in Nigeria because of this, right? You're going to be doing a kind of training that thing.
Yes.
All right.
So I have a special training seminar going on at the Radisson Blu Anchorage Hotel, Victoria Land on September 4th, starting at 2 p.m. So we will be there live and direct. And I also have one of my colleagues coming who is a global scholarship expert. So we would have to combine strategies on this training so that we can dish out the necessary information needed by Nigerians to be able to navigate even in a better way in this complex, different policies rolling out and every of those things. So I'm here for that. And that would be happening in Lagos, and we have one happening in Ibadan as well.
All right.
September 9th.
Okay, then we'll still talk about that. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM 09153877127. Okay, those are the numbers that you can connect with us right now if you want to speak with Ms. Oluwaseyi Abegunde. 09153877127. And if you want to send in your WhatsApp message, feel free to do so on 08099120777. Okay, 08099120777. For those who might not really understand what we're talking about, talk to me about permanent residency. What kind of a visa do one need to get a permanent residency in the United States?
All right. So there are different categories of visas that leads to permanent residency. So when you talk about the DV lottery, so the lottery is a kind of visa, but right now not open to Nigerians. Family-based. Asylum is also a pathway, but a longer route to permanent residency and your immediate family filing for you. But this is, to me, the fastest way to get permanent residency in the US if you have the profile needed. So if it's something you're considering for yourself or for your family, or you're thinking of global access, because that is what permanent residency gives. You are able to travel in and out. You're able to go to whatever country you want to go and come back to the US as your base. You can consider learning about these kind of visas. And one of the major advantages over other types of visas, both immigrant and non-immigrant, is that you do not need a sponsor. You don't need a job offer. You just need to have your profile to be able to apply or to be able to be eligible. Just have your profile and put something in, and you get your visas. A lot of information. A lot of people don't know much about this kind of visas, and that's why I'm trying to get the information out there so that people know what is available to them and they can make informed decisions about their immigration goals.
All right. A message here for you says, "Good morning, Victor. Please, do these changes affect those who already have a valid visa?" Mr. Yisa is sending this one in from Magboro. Mr. Yisa, thank you so much.
No, so this change, the particular single entry shortened validity visa does not change for those who already have their visas. It starts with the day the change is effected.
Okay, which is likely from July, right?
July 8th, 2025.
All right. Another message here says, "Good morning, sir. Please, I want to apply for a student visa soon. What new things should I prepare for?" Shemilori is sending this one in. Shemilori, thank you so much.
Yes, so a lot of people just focus on the funding part of things. Maybe you get full funding or you have enough money to be able to apply. There are lots of different things to it. So when you are able to prove that you have the funds needed for your study, be also prepared to share in a compelling manner that you would come back to your country by the time you're done with your study. You're going solely for the purpose of what that visa is for. Make sure you have things to prove that you have ties to your home country. That is very important. You also have to be prepared to apply early because of longer interviews and vetting, and because of the way things are right now.
All right.
You also need to plan for your extensions ahead of time based on the new thing that changed on August 28th.
Right.
Plan for your extensions. Know that it's no longer duration of stay.
Right. All right. 09153.
Keep your online activity professional as well. Sorry.
Right. Okay.
I need to add that.
Right. Okay. The 09153877127. You want to speak with Mr. Luashe Abegunde, feel free to do so. 08099120777. We're still navigating the new U.S. visa landscape this morning and trying to look at it from what Nigerians should know. All right. This one says, Oluwaseyi, how much money should someone really have? Okay, I think I have a call for you. Hello there, good morning. Hello.
Please, can you repeat the question again?
Just hold on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Victor.
Yeah, good morning. Who am I speaking
Hello,
with?
Mr. Victor.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Dr. Busari.
Oh, Dr. Busari, it's nice to hear from you.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'm bringing to your guest.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Please, I'd like to ask about my daughter, who's a medical doctor.
Okay.
But if she has a permanent residence in Russia, the chances of her getting to US to work as a medical doctor there.
Okay. All right. I think you put this call across about 2 weeks ago or so when we had this program. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Busari. So, Mr. Abegunde, Dr. Busari is talking about his daughter, who's a medical doctor in Russia, but would like to cross over to the United States. Is it possible for her to do so?
Yes, it is possible. I actually have a sister who did the same thing.
Okay. So what would she need to do?
She would just prepare to write the USMLE or apply for a student visa or a course visa that can bring her in, and then prepare to write her USMLE 3-staged exam in the US, and also apply to be matched. Okay. So that's pretty much what the process is like. So it also has to be built with a strategy. So if she's needing help with that, I think there are people who are able to help with providing the necessary information and the right strategy for her to be able to move to the US.
And you guys can do that, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. So, Dr. Busari, I hope you can get in touch with Mr. Begunde, and of course, now that she's in Nigeria, maybe you might just want to have that advantage of that. All right, this one says, Oluwaseyi, how much money would someone really? It says, Oluwaseyi, how much money should someone really have in their accounts before applying? Thanks. Ifeanyi is sending this one in. Ifeanyi, thank you so much. So, is it a case of money?
Before applying for what?
For a visa. That's what the person is talking about.
Okay, so for a student visa, you have to be prepared to have your school fees. But for the employment-based visa, you don't need any proof of fund. You don't need any money. So it's not fund-based.
It's not fund-based.
It's not. You just is the money you need is the money to process the visa, not money in your account.
Wow. That's very, very revealing. All right, 0915387.
Yeah, that's also an advantage.
Yes, 09153877127. Flash update from the control room says the earlier reported accident at Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge has been cleared off, and so normalcy restored within that direction. Thank you so much, Olaiwola, for that information. All right, 09153877127, 08099120777. The difference, what's the difference between the employment-based visa 1, EB1 and EB2?
All right. So EB1 is called employment-based visa preference 1. So we have the first preference, second preference, third preference, fourth preference, and the fifth preference. So EB1 A also has A, B, and C.
No, we lost you for a second there.
A is for people with extraordinary ability.
Hello, we lost you for a bit there.
I said employment-based. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I said employment-based visa 1A is the first preference. So we have A, B, C for the first preference. We have 2, second preference, which is EB2 that we're talking about. So we have the regular 2, and we have the national interest waiver of the second preference as well. So we have EB3, which is for doctors, nurses, like professionals in some specific fields. We have 4. 4 is for religious leaders, humanitarian officers. And 5 is for investments, is an investment-based visa for investors.
Okay.
But the EB1A is for people with extraordinary ability, EB2, EB1B and C. So C is for multinational level managers, and B is for outstanding researchers and professors. But the difference between A, B, and C is that A does not need an employer, but B and C needs an employer and a sponsor. For EB2 also needs an employer, but EB2 NIW does not need an employer, does not need a sponsor. So the first preference is for people with extraordinary ability, and the second preference with national interest waiver is for people with exceptional ability. How do you prove extraordinary ability? You have a list of things on the USCIS website that you need to look at for your eligibility.
Okay.
There are 10 of them. You need to meet 3 of them. And you also need to have sustained acclaim. You ought to also have, there is some final merits of determination that they would look at. It's not like you have one-time success and you don't maintain it.
Right.
And, things like that. A lot of variabilities. For the NIW as well, you just have to be able to prove that your area of expertise is of national interest, and you coming to the U.S. will benefit the U.S. And so they don't need to, request for labor certification. That way you don't have to have an employer or a sponsor before you can apply. So those are like the major differences between
more messages coming in for you. And of course, if you want to put your calls across, feel free, 09153877127. This one says, good morning and happy weekend, Victor. Please ask Miss Oluwaseyi, what are the chances? Okay, let's take this call that's coming in first. Hello there.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, I guess we lost that. It says, good morning and happy weekend, Victor. Please ask Miss Oluwaseyi, what are the chances for married couples applying together? Mrs. Ojo is asking that question. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ojo.
Applying together for the employment-based visas?
Yeah, maybe visa for the family-based visas.
Visiting?
Yes.
Yeah, so if it's visiting, if you satisfy all that is needed, you say you're coming to visit and they are able to prove that truly you're coming to visit, it shouldn't be a problem. The employment-based visa, I would say, having both families or the couple applying increases your chances, but at the same time, it's only one that is needed to take everyone in.
Okay. 09153877127. More messages streaming in for you. This one here says, this one here says, I appreciate if her contact details can be gotten, please. Okay, Dr. Busari is sending another message here. All right, so people would like to have your contact before the end of the program. Definitely, we will share that one as well. 09153877127 and 08099120777. All right, 09153877127. That's for the voice calls. This one says, good morning, Victor. Can I reapply immediately if I get denied under the new policy? You didn't put your name, but thank you so much for your question. So is that possible? Madam? Hello, Mr. Luashe, can you hear me?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay, so immediately you get denied, you can reapply.
Yes, I can hear you.
You can reapply, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This one says, please, ma, does this policy affect work visas too, or just students and tourist visas? Hakim is sending this one in from Oregon. Hakim, thank you so much.
So this would depend on the kind of work visa. So the work visa I'm talking about is an immigrant visa. But if it's a non-immigrant visa, yes, it affected. So when you're talking about the O1, H1B, L1, all the non-immigrant visas are affected by the new visa policy.
All right. So now that you are in Nigeria, you said you like to share this kind of information, especially these ones that are not really affecting the new policy. How are you going to be doing this? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I said now that you are in Nigeria and you said you want to share lots of information that relates to how people can get much more impact. Talk to me, how are you going to be doing this?
So we actually have preparation for virtual attendees for the Lagos event. So if you are not able to physically make it, we have made preparation for people to join virtually with a token, and we would be physically present at Radisson Blue Hotel, the Anchorage one, on Victoria Island on September 4th at 2 p.m. So if you're wanting to come, you can send us an email at unityuptake@gmail.com. We would send you the ticket link to get your tickets. And if you're wanting to attend the Ibadan one as well on September 9th, we'll be able to send you the registration link as well. So we would be very present for the next week or thereabout. So if you are willing or you're wanting to talk to me, send an email to unityuptake@gmail.com and we would be willing to set up some time with you.
unityuptake@gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Okay, so once you send a mail to that. What about Nigerians? For those who would like to speak with you, or perhaps get a voice call to have much more in terms of interpretation of all of this, how can they get across to you?
So they can reach out to. Let me get a good number for them.
Okay.
081.
Right.
66.
Okay.
871091.
That's 08166871091.
1091.
All right.
Correct.
That's 08166871091, right? and somebody will be there to pick up that
Yes.
call. Okay, so let's begin to round this up. There's a lot of apprehension, like I said. So, what's your advice to Nigerians really at this time? What do you think Nigerians want to apply for the different kinds of visas, or perhaps if it's the employment-based kind of visas? What's your message to them this morning?
I lost you for a minute.
Okay, so I was saying as we round up the program.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Right. So I was saying that for Nigerians who are listening to you this morning and they are in a bit apprehensive of what the new visa policy upholds, what's your message to them at this time? Abegunde, are you there? Okay, all right. So
Yes, I'm here.
The network is a bit cranky this morning, playing pranks on us. But as we
Yes,
round off the program,
yes.
what's your message really as we round off?
So my message is there is no best time than now. So you take advantage of whatever it is that you have right now, and take your time to do the necessary due diligence as you try to apply for your visas very early as well, because you have to expect longer interviews and vetting. Be prepared for bonds for future tourist visa applicants, as well as can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. And be truthful. Be truthful in your documentation. Keep your online activities professional. You don't have to put your mouth in, everything out there. And try as much as possible to comply with the visa rules. So you have to stay updated, know what is going on, and comply, with whatever rule that is currently being rolled out.
All right, then.
But if you are compliant, you don't have any problem, you will be able to get your visa without any issue.
Okay, then. Ms. Abegunde, it's nice having you on the program. Thank you so much for linking up with us.
Thank you. Thank you so.
Right. Okay, then. So, network very cranky. And this morning, we'll be able to navigate the new U.S. visa policy, a guide for Nigerians. And guesting is Ms. Oluwaseyi Abegunde, who is the founder, Unity Uptake LLC. We have to go. The program has been produced by Mike James. I say a big thank you to Okpayemi Shodunke of our social media unit, and also to appreciate of course, our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. I'll be back by 10:15 for Maritime Today.